We are over 3 weeks into the NBA season, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are still undefeated at 12-0. And as of right now, they have the sixth best start to an NBA season in NBA history. And if they win 2 more games, they'll be tied for fourth. And this team looks like an undeniable force come playoff time. And in the Eastern Conference, if there's one team that's going to compete with the Boston Celtics in terms of depth and scoring, it will be the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I think that this is undeniably the first or second best team in the Eastern Conference. Will they lose a game? Of course, at some point they will. And will Boston potentially catch them in the NBA standings? Possibly. But this team is looking really solid right now. And the amount of depth that they have is incredible because they have 6 players averaging over 10 points per game offensively, and that doesn't even include a couple of their starters, including Isaac Okoro and Dean Wade, who are averaging about 5 points a game. But Isaac Okoro is mainly a defender anyways, and is best on that end of the floor. And this team actually reminds me a lot of the 2015 Atlanta Hawks, where they didn't have that one ultra superstar who carried them to wins, but their overall starting 5 and bench were so good that team won 60 games that year, I believe. And Cleveland looks like that kind of team this year, where Donovan Mitchell, you could argue, is a superstar, but he's not a top 3 to 5 player in the NBA. He's arguably top 10 to 12 in the NBA, and when he's on fire, obviously he's one of the best players in the NBA, but he's not a consensus top 3 to 5 player. But this team still looks like a contender despite not having a superstar because everybody plays their role so well. And I said the same thing about OKC in my last video, but Cleveland is the Eastern Conference version of that, but without the superstar. And Donovan Mitchell's averaging 23 points per game on good shooting. But if you go past that, you have Darius Garland averaging 20, Evan Mobley averaging 18, Jarrett Allen averaging 13.5 and 10.6 rebounds a game, as well as being one of the best defenders in the league. Karis LeVert's averaging 12. Ty Jerome is averaging 10.2 points a game. And then they have spot buckets off the bench in Georges Niang and Sam Merrill and Isaac Okoro. And this team just has a lot of veteran depth. And even Tristan Thompson is deep on this team's bench and has veteran experience. So this team is looking like a really solid contender in the Eastern Conference. And I'm not surprised that they're 12-0. They've gutted out some wins and got some wins that no one thought that they would get. But this team is almost a spitting image of that 2015 Atlanta Hawks team. And I think this team will be really scary come playoff time. And right now, I am going to predict a Cleveland versus Boston Eastern Conference final. And I think that will be a great series come playoff time, whether that be in the second round or first round or conference final, depending on seeding. But I think Cleveland is the one team in the Eastern Conference that is going to contend with Boston this year, because I still think that Boston is the best team in the NBA. They are running back a team that won the NBA championship and went 16-3 in the playoffs, I believe. So they're still the undeniably best team in the NBA. But Cleveland is the best team in the East outside of Boston. I think they're deeper than New York, better than New York, deeper than Philadelphia, better than the Bucks. All these teams in the Eastern Conference that are supposed to be good are struggling right now, but Cleveland has come to play this year, and they are looking very dangerous. Let me know if you think that Cleveland could win the NBA championship this year in the comment section below. God bless you all, and make sure to subscribe to the channel below. God bless.